Nepal versus Nepal Premier League. Lumbini Lions versus karnali yaks. Lions versus karnali yaks.
Softball coming has hit that net over and over again. And I think Rowan Powell just said, I'm going to sit on my back foot here. Good stroke. Yes, if you can post something significant, if you can post anything 160 plus, batting first, you're in the game. You're well and truly in the game.
So again, plots it up towards the V of the bat. Very well bowled by Sampal Kami. I think he saw his national team captain coming. Because to build on your point, 7 captains having tossed, 7 choosing to bowl first. Of the 6 matches you've had results in this far, 3 have been won by the side batting first, 3 have been won by the side batting second. So it probably isn't as big a factor as even the captains and coaches and us as pundits are thinking.
Let's look at those scores though. 220, 193 from those are just 2 I can think of the teams that batted first that won.
The other one was the Sudar Pashim Royals turning it around, defending their 147. 3 overs bowled, the Lions 6 for 1. Is the slate of games for the Lions, who somehow, for the second season in a row, are the last team to come into action and the first team to be finished. Yet again, they seem to always be squeezed in the middle. Does mean that if they get into a winning habit this year, unlike the losing habit they had last year, that they can maybe get their place in the playoffs early, particularly if they made it 2 from 2 today. He's just taken a brilliant catch. Time to show his all-round skills with the ball. The left-hander out there, Darcy Short, who's yet to get off the mark. Sampal Kami will call upon the Australian Will Basisto, who bowled so well last season, including those career best figures. It was a 6-wicket haul for him.
Come on, Billy! Come on, Billy!
The other thing is we've had 3 overs, that's 18 balls, and Shorten only faced 3 of those. Now he's sent in at the top of the order to try and get a move on inside the power play. Half the power play is done and he's hardly had any strike.
That's a bit of naivety from both Rowan Powell and particularly Sandeep Jura. Does also confuse me sometimes though, and actually come down to superstition, can't it? If you're sending someone like Darcy Short out to take advantage of the power play, why is he not facing the first ball?
That's a very good point. But batters are strange individuals and have superstitions. Don't want to face the first ball or want you to enter the field, play before they do. All sorts of little things that happen. But he's off the mark now, Short.
Entirety of our great sport, the sport that I adore so much, it's just ludicrously superstitious. When a partnership is building up, heaven forbid you move in the dressing room because someone is going to grab your arm or shout at you and say, don't change anything. Things are going well. We need to be statues up here watching on.
Hey!
When it comes to superstition, there's always one name that I bring up, and I suppose many South Africans bring him up. Neil McKenzie, the test batter for South Africa, who's now assistant coach to Andrew Flintoff of the England Lions that are in Perth, Australia at the moment. He did some real weird things. All the toilet seats in the cubicles had to be down before he went into bat. because he believed that if they were up, it meant loose strokes. So they all had to be down. That's just one of many.
There are some just frankly ludicrous ones, but there has to be some origin to them. Obviously, one of the games where he got a first bowler, he's come back in and just saying that it was the other way around. I think it's the stop-start nature of our sport. We have an event, we have an act, i.e. the ball is bowled, then we have 10 to 15 seconds in between a spinner, or maybe 20 or 30 seconds in between a seamer's delivery. So the mind has time to play tricks.
Well, there was an occasion where his teammates took the mickey out of him and they taped one of his pads to the ceiling because he'd like to have neat kit, and he got 100 that day. So the next time they came, he did it as a joke, but he taped his own pad to the ceiling.
The strange and magnificent beasts that we are as cricketers. That's the field, long on. It's really a Cape corner rather than a deep mid-wicket outs. Protecting. Excellent over. DeSisto already justifying his call into the team. The Lions going nowhere. 7 for 1 the score.
कर्नली एक्स को उत्कृष्ट बलिङ गरिरहेको छ। ब्याटिङको निम्ति पाएको लुम्बिनी लायन्सले 4 ओभरको क्षतिमा 7 रन 1 विकेट। कप्तान रोहित कुमार पौडेल
It's a beautiful time of the year.
11 बल खेल्दै 5 रन छ भने 5 बल खेल्दै 1 रन जोड्न सफल भएका छन्।
Good numbers. It is a sellout to complete sellout, but plenty choosing to gradually work their way in to the first Super Saturday of the season. Some great mascots as well. Look at the yak in the background. The yak attack.
Perfect start here for the Yaks. Just 7 runs conceded in 4 overs. This is a mighty over.
You sensed it was a matter of time before Darcy Short started to go. It's his first boundary in the shackles, and they now start to be released. An Encell Super 4 from Darcy Short. Sensed it was going to be an important over, HD.
Yeah, just with how well the first 3 overs from the Yaks went, almost knew that Short was going to go. I don't think he's going to stop. There's going to be a change of angle from Nandan Yadav. He's going to come over the wicket now, potentially go across the left-hander. Maybe there's a little bit of swing for him.
A little bit of movement. Good Yorker. He is full of talent, Nandan Yadav, isn't he? And you can see why Stuart Law thinks an awful lot of him.
He had a good tournament last year, bowling at the back end of an innings. He bowled those fabulous Yorkers. But here, where there's a little bit of swing, I like the angle of attack. Over the wicket, try and swing it into the pads. From around the wicket, you almost swing it into that leg stump and allow the left-hander to free his arms away to the leg side.
Yeah, you know which of the 2 angles that Darcy Short would prefer. He'd prefer the bowler to be coming around. This time, a change of pace. He's banged it into the surface. That's what impressed me so much about Nandan Yadav at the death in Oman in that critical T20 World Cup qualifier. It's been an Achilles heel of Nepal's national side for a long time now, the death bowling. But have a look at this. The variety, the change up. He's rolled his fingers over that. Looks for the Yorker, misses out.
Misses out and it's 4 run लुम्बिनी लायन्स
These are very important ones here.
नन्दन यादवको ओभरमा 4 रन
Great start.
प्राप्त गरेको छ र स्ट्रेट टु द ग्राउन्ड, स्ट्रेट टु द फिल्डर।
JJ Smith. But they need a start here.
This partnership is particularly important as a consequence, HD. think about Rohit Powell's runs last year and what a linchpin he was. Distance to stand out domestic batter last season. Great to see this season he's going to have some real competition for that. Kushal Patel's been in fantastic touch. Asif Sheikh with a 50 in his first game. A ball good, hard length. Dash through for the single. Sir Amada JQ, Nepal's fastest growing EV brand. It provides a best in segment range, ground clearance. That is the car that we actually take to the ground every day, branded up with the Nepal Premier League on the side. We get lots of people waving at us, don't we, as we come through the streets of Kathmandu around the ring road from the Salty. Very comfortable indeed. Nicely guided. He's played this up and over intentionally. Won't go all the way, but we'll pick up a couple. Bit more like it from the Lions. The best over the innings thus far has gone for 11. After 5, it's 18 for 1. Start here for the Karnali yaks. Sounds of aggression, but the gaps will compliment his off-ball fielding. Very ordinary stuff. That lot impressed Basisto and the captain, Sumpal Kami as well. That's Gulshan Jha, one of the better fielders in the side. Very good morning, Fazal Khalil.
Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, everyone watching this broadcast of season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank NPL. The stress on the bowler is doing all the hard yards. I mean, poor ball fielding performance. It lets down the bowlers. They've done well so far. The Yaks winning the toss, electing to field. They have lumbini Lions really searching and groping for answers.
It's a good surface, particularly for the pacer. They've extracted some pace and bounce. A bit juicy. If you're willing to bend your back, good start, yeah. The lumbini Lions have tried to just free their arms. This man's made an immediate impact, Will Basisto, with the fielding effort that he showed some time back. Just so beautifully, he extended his arms, went through with that shot. Rohit Powell has come out with some intent this morning, and it's showing.
Yes, just take a look at this. He didn't try to hit it too hard. He didn't try to muscle it. He just timed it. That's what timing can do. The premium on timing. He got the same result that he would if he had bludgeoned the ball.
Price of catcher that's overshot fine, back-to-back boundaries. Basisto just leaking runs here. Just over the lines are looking for.
Yes, not very good bowling this time. She's still working with that boundary on the first delivery.
You see the
Dragging that
Lumbini
one
Lions finally take.
and helping it on its way, fielder inside the circle on the outside. So just a free hit really. There it is, the two men inside the circle. No protection in the deep. We're still in the power play, a couple of deliveries to go. Good partnership developing between these two. Rohit and Short.
Ball. Best over so far. 2 is the call. 11 runs in the last over, 14 in this with a ball to go. Some momentum here for the batting side. Get that from an aerial view. The coverage so far has been in the first week, was it?
Well, absolutely. And what I like, apart from the cricket, is the spacing between games, Mikhail. Gives everybody a chance, the players, the curators. Brilliantly struck this. The reverse, or rather the switch hit into the over. Power play out of the way. 36 for 1.
So 18 runs coming off it, 7 coming off the fourth, 29 runs in the last 12 balls. Done with a power play. With Alliance bat deep, Darcy Shaw missed out in the last game with the bat. Bordale got a laborious 30 odd runs. They really want to up their game this outing.
The day games, I don't think are going to get those 190s and 200s, Mikhail. I think maybe a score of somewhere around 165 to 175 will be par for the course. If they can get to 165, they will have runs on the board. And for that to happen, they need to bat with a certain plan. Now, Gulshan Jha, I mean, I've really rated him very highly. One of the talented cricketers coming from this neck of the woods, Gulshan Jha. So they need to plan the innings, especially these two in the middle, Rohit and Short. They've taken their time, 15 and 13 deliveries respectively. This is exactly what we don't need. We need some conventional cricket.
Heavyweights of Cricket Association of Nepal. In the background, you can see the secretary there, Paras Khatka. He's the man with a plan. What a leader, what a visionary. Call him the man with a vision and the supervision. Fazal, I was there in the annual conference in Singapore, the ICC, and he made a presentation on the NPL, Paras Khatka, and he had everyone floored by NPL season 1 presentation.
Well, yes. Well, yes, I've known him briefly now at the start of this NPL, and he was kind enough to have me here as part of the commentary team. Par is really a very dynamic young man. He's not very old, 38 perhaps is what he is, but he seemed to have a real vision for Nepal cricket, and that's really good to see. But that cannot happen with the support from the others. You know, the president of the association, the secretary himself, and the office bearers of the association. That goes a long way in putting together a tournament like this. The presentation might have been made by him, Kyle, but the planning behind that presentation is a complete teamwork, and I'm sure Paras Katka will will acknowledge that it is teamwork, and he keeps mentioning how important it is to give these youngsters this opportunity. He's led and played cricket at the highest level. He's led Nepal, and I'm sure he's got that vision to take Nepal forward. Perhaps one day an ICC tournament, full member nation. These are the things that will be riding very high on his agenda. Well done to Can. Well done to Paras. Fabulous. It's called the Festival of the Himalayas, and rightly so.
Easy pickings. As he found the fielder there. Oh dear. Darcy Shaw can only look back in disbelief. But Gulshan Jha has struck. What a turn of events here. That was there for the taking. And Darcy Shaw just hands it straight down the throat of the fielder deep in wicket. Another one bites the dust for the Lions.
Well, yes, Gulshan Jha, we were mentioning what an asset to the team he is, and then he picks up a very important wicket of Darcy Shaw. Another failure for Darcy Shaw, called Priyank Panchal, bowled Gulshan Jha, and in the seventh over, Lumbini Lions are 37 for 2.
आश्रम खर्चिएका छन् गुल्छन् एउटा सफलता यस ओभरमा मिलेको छ अन्तिम बल बाँकी ओभरको समाप्ति हुनका लागि विदेशबाट हेरिराख्नु भएको छ भने एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनुहोला ओभरको अन्तिम बल राम्रो बल रहेको थियो 1 रनको लागि प्रहार गरिदिएका छन् र यो 1 रनसँगै स्कोर पुगेको छ 42 रन 2 विकेटको क्षतिमा आज यस ओभरमा मात्र 6 रन बदलेको छ एउटा विकेट गुमायो लुम्बिनीले हेलो ब्रो नमस्ते भन्दै हामीसँग जोडिनु भएको रहेछ लक्ष्मण कठायतजी र त्यस्तै हामीसँग जोडिराख्नु भएको छ नेप होरा स्पोर्टजी जोडिनु भएको रहेछ सरी नेप सायद नाम अलि नेप होपा आर्टिस्ट नाम रहेछ मैले थोरै मिस्टेक उच्चारण गर्न पुगेछु त्यसको लागि क्षमा माग्न चाहे फेरि पनि अब सुरु भयो शेरको गर्जन भन्नुभएको छ हामीसँग र उहाँलाई पनि स्वागत गरे कतारबाट हुनुहुन्छ हामीसँग प्रत्येक जी जोडिनु भएको छ लुम्बिनीले जित्छ भन्दै लुम्बिनीको सपोर्टमा हुनुहुन्छ उहाँ र करिब करिब अहिले 3600 भन्दा बढी साथीहरूले भोट गर्नु भएको छ जहाँ कर्णालीलाई 68% भोट आएको छ यदि तपाईँले लुम्बिनीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुहुन्छ र कर्णालीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुहुन्छ भने मैले कमेन्ट बक्समा भोटिङ पोल खोलिदिएको छु भोटिङ पोलमा गएर भोट गर्नु होला है त सबैजना मिलेर तपाईँहरूले भोट गर्नुभयो भने पक्कै पनि आज कुन टिमको चाहिँ सपोर्टर धेरै हुनुहुँदै रहेछ भन्ने कुराको चाहिँ यहाँनिर पक्कै पनि थाहा हुने थियो यस ओभरको सुरुवात 8 ओभरको खेलको सुरुवात हथियारमा माथबाट आएका छन् पहिलो बल 1 रन प्राप्त गरिदिए दिलीपनाथ योसँगै स्ट्राइक रोटेट गरिएको छ बल गयो मिड विकेटको क्षेत्रमा पवन सराफ फिल्डिङ गर्ने क्रममा छन् 1 रन प्रहार गरिएको छ र 1 रनसँगै स्ट्राइक रोटेट गरियो जहाँ 43 रन 2 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी लाइन्स आजको यो खेलमा म चाइना बोर्डरबाट भन्नुभएको रहेछ सागरजी हामीसँग जोडिनु भएको रहेछ र केशव भण्डारीजी लुम्बिनीले 100% जित्छ भन्नुभएको छ र प्रतीकजी हामीसँग चेतन दाई भन्दै जोडिनु भएको छ प्रतीकजीलाई पनि स्वागत गरे है त पहिलो बल 1 रन खर्चिएका मार्गबाट दोस्रो बल लिएर दौड लगाउने क्रममा स्ट्राइकमा कप्तान रोहित कुमार पौडेल दोस्रो बल पनि राम्रो बल रहेको थियो स्ट्रेट खेल्न चाहन्थे बल गयो बलरको हातमा रन पनि कुनै पनि मिल्ने छैन रहनेछ डेड बल सँगै 43 रन 2 विकेटको क्षतिमा अहिले रहेको छ लुम्बिनी ओभरको तेस्रो बल लिएर यो बल पनि डट बल राखियो यानि कि ब्याक टु ब्याक दुईवटा बल डट बल कट लगाउन चाहन्थे बल गयो शर्ट कभरको क्षेत्रमा फिल्डर छन् र मात्र 1 रन खर्चिएका छन् मार्कबाट यस ओभरमा अहिले बाउन्ड्रीमा करिब 5वटा फिल्डर राखिएको छ जहाँ एक्स्ट्रा कभरको क्षेत्रमा लङअनको क्षेत्रमा लङअपको क्षेत्रमा डिप मिड विकेटको क्षेत्रमा डिप स्क्वायरलेगको क्षेत्रमा यस ओभरको चौथो बल कट लगाइदिएका छन् बल ग्यापमा छ पछाडि फिल्डर तीव्र रूपले दौड लगाए 1 रनको कल गरियो अर्को रनको लागि पनि दौड लगाएका छन्
र 2 रन भने यस ओभरको चौथो बलमा प्राप्त गर्नेछ लुम्बिनीले। यो 2 रनसँगै स्कोर पुगेको छ अहिले 45 रन 2 विकेटको क्षतिमा। सबैजना साथीहरूले एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनुहोला। नयाँ हुनुहुन्छ भने सब्स्क्राइब गर्दै जोडिनुहोला। ओभरको पाँचौं बल लिएर दौड लगाउने क्रममा स्ट्राइकमा छन्। सामना गर्नको लागि कप्तान रोहित कुमार पौडेल। यस ओभरको यो बल सामना गर्नको लागि 1 रनको लागि प्रहार गरिदिए। 1 रन भने मिल्नेछ र 1 रनसँगै 46 रन पुगेको छ। स्क्रिनमा थोरै स्कोर कार्ड थोरै लेट अपडेट भएको छ, एकैछिन प्रतीक्षा गर्नुहोला, अपडेट हुनेछ नआत्तिनु होला। र अहिले एक कुरा गर्ने हो भने अन्तिम बल बाँकी छ ओभरको समाप्ति हुन। अन्तिम बल स्टेट फिल्डरको हातमा र क्याच आउटको रूपमा विकेट गुमेको छ। कटन बोल्ड आउटको रूपमा दिलीपनाथ 4 बलमा 6 रन बनाए आफ्नो विकेट गुमाएका छन्। लुम्बिनीलाई तेस्रो झट्का कर्णालीको लागि यो तेस्रो सफलता रहनेछ। ह्याशट्याग मार्को वाटले कमेन्ट बक्समा आएर अन्तिम बलमा सफलता निकालिदिएका छन्। जीवन मगरजी हजुरको अडियो सुन्दै काम गर्न मजा लाग्छ भन्नुभएको छ। कटन बोल्ड आउटको रूपमा विकेट गुमेको छ। स्टेट लङ अफको क्षेत्रमा खेल्न चाहन्थे र बलरले यो बललाई आफै क्याच गरेका छन्, यानि कि मार्को वाटले यो बललाई क्याच गरिदिए। विकेट गुमेको छ। दिलीपनाथ करिब 4 बलमा 6 रन बनाएर आफ्नो विकेट गुमाएका छन्। मार्को वाटले यस ओभरमा मात्र 4 रन खर्चिए, एउटा विकेट निकालिदिएका छन्। सबै साथीहरूले ह्याशट्याग मार्को वाटले दिनु होला कमेन्ट बक्समा आएर कन्ट्रोलबाट हेरिराख्नु भएको छ। सबै साथीहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत गरे। नयाँ हुनुहुन्छ भने सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहोला। 8 ओभरको खेलको समाप्ति 46 रन 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी आजको यो खेलमा रहेको छ। टार्गेट कति रनको चाहिँ प्रस्तुत गर्ला, अझै पनि 12 ओभरको खेल बाँकी छ। कप्तान 22 बलमा 20 रन बनाएका छन्, 3 वटा चौका। नयाँ ब्याटरको रूपमा हेरौँ कुन ब्याट्सम्यान मैदान प्रवेश गर्नेछन्। र नयाँ ब्याटरको रूपमा अफगानिस्तानको अलराउन्डर गुलबदिन नाइब ब्याटिङ गर्नको लागि मैदान प्रवेश गरेका छन्। गुलबदिन नाइब आएका छन् ब्याटिङ गर्नको लागि। सबै साथीहरूले एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनुहोला। हेलो सर, गुड मर्निङ भन्दै हामीसँग जोडिनु भएको रहेछ धीरज महराजी। ओभरको यो बल राम्रो बल रहेको थियो। 1 रनको लागि प्रहार गरिदिएका छन्। 1 रनसँगै स्ट्राइक रोटेट गरिदिए रोहित कुमार पौडेल, जहाँ स्कोर पुगेको छ अहिले 47 रन 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा। लुम्बिनी लाइन्स टार्गेट कति रनको प्रस्तुत गर्ला तपाईँहरूलाई के लाग्छ आफ्नो कमेन्ट बक्समा आएर कमेन्ट गर्नुहोला। अब बाल रोहित कुमारको हो, पौडेललाई आउट गर्नु पर्यो भन्नुभएको छ। नौ ओभरको खेलको सुरुवात गरिएको छ, जहाँ स्कोर अहिले 47 रन लुम्बिनी 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा। आजको यो खेलको हामी प्रत्यक्ष रूपमा जोडिएका छौँ। हेलो सर, गुड मर्निङ भन्दै धीरज महराजी स्वागत गरे र एक लाइक पनि गर्नु होला। भर्खरै मात्र जोडिनु भएको छ भने एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनु होला। ओभरको यो बल 1 रनको लागि प्रहार गरिदिएका छन्। 1 रनसँगै स्ट्राइक रोटेट गरियो, जहाँ स्कोर पुगेको छ 48 रन 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी लाइन्स आजको यो खेलमा। सबै साथीहरूले एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनु होला। नयाँ हुनुहुन्छ भने सब्स्क्राइब गर्दै छोडिनु होला। प्रत्यक्ष रूपमा हामी तपाईँहरूको माझमा अडियो कमेन्ट्री लिएर जोडिएका छौँ र सब्स्क्राइब नगरेको साथीहरूले एक सब्स्क्राइब गरेर पनि साथ दिनु होला। 20,000 सब्स्क्राइबतिर पनि छौँ। ओभरको तेस्रो बल पनि 1 रन प्रहार गरियो। बलिङ अट्याकमा गुलसन कुमार झा आएका छन् आफ्नो दोस्रो ओभर लिएर। अफ स्टम्पमा राखिएको बल फिल्डरको हातमा गएको थियो तर मिस गर्न पुगे। 1 रनको लागि तीव्र रूपले दौड लगाएका छन् र 1 रनसँगै स्कोर पुगेको छ अहिले 49 रन 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी लाइन्स आजको यो खेलमा। सबैजना साथीहरूले एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनु होला। 49 रन 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी रहेको छ र प्रति ओभर 5.76 को दरले अहिले रन बनाएको देखिन्छ लुम्बिनी लाइन्स। र तपाईँलाई के लाग्छ लुम्बिनीले टार्गेट कति रनको चाहिँ देला? तपाईँलाई आफ्नो अनुमान लगाउनुहोस् है त। आफ्नो अनुमान भने कमेन्ट गरेर साथ दिनु होला। ओभरको चौथो बल राम्रो बल रहेको थियो, खत लगाइदिएका छन्। बल क्यापमा फिल्डर पछाडि दौड लगाउने क्रममा बल एक्स्ट्रा कभरको क्षेत्रमा बाउन्ड्री नजिकै मार्को वाटले बचाइदिएका छन्। 1 रनको कल गरियो। अर्को रनको लागि पनि दौड लगाएका छन् र अर्को सँगै 2 रन प्राप्त गरेसँगै लुम्बिनीले 50 रनको यो आँकडालाई पार गरेको छ। ह्याशट्याग लुम्बिनी ह्याशट्याग 50 लेख्दिउ कमेन्ट बक्समा आएर। चेतनजी सेकेन्ड एनपिएल सिजनमा इन्डियाको कोही प्लेयरहरू छन् कि नै भन्नुभएको। इन्डियाको प्लेयर छन् है त, इन्डियाको प्लेयर छन्, तर इन्डियाको नेसनल टिममा नखेलेको प्लेयरहरू चाहिँ रहेका छन्। कर्णालीमै छन् इन्डियाको प्लेयर प्रियङ्का पञ्चाल भन्ने। पहिलो खेलमा 90 रनको पारी कर्णालीबाट खेलेका थिए। ओभरको 5औं बल भने 1 रन प्रहार गरिएको छ। राम्रो बल रहेको थियो। यो बल गयो डिप कभर बोइङको क्षेत्रमा, फिल्डर छन् पछाडि। 1 रनसँगै स्कोर अहिले 52 रन, 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी लायन्स प्रति ओभर 5 पोइन्ट 8-9 को दरले बनाएको छ। र यदि यो हिसाबले रन बनाउँछ भने प्रोजेक्ट स्कोर कतिको चाहिँ भन्दा त लुम्बिनीको एकपटक हेरौँ। अहिले करिब 5.89 को दरले रन बनाएको छ। र यदि यही हिसाबले अन्तिमसम्म रन बनाउँछ भने लुम्बिनीले करिब 117 रन बनाउने देखिन्छ। र यता हेर्ने हो भने यदि प्रति ओभर 7 को दरले बनायो भने 133 बनाउन देखिन्छ। यसो गर्को यो बल थोरै मात्र ब्याट लगाएका छन्। बल ग्यापमा रहेको छ। शानदार 4 रनको लागि जानेछ। यो चौकासँगै स्कोर पुगेको छ अहिले 56 रन, 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा लुम्बिनी लायन्स आजको यो खेलमा। सबै साथीहरूले एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिनु होला। नयाँ हुनुहुन्छ भने सब्स्क्राइब गर्नु होला। 9 ओभरको खेलको समाप्ति भएको छ, जहाँ स्कोर अहिले 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा 56 रन बनाएको छ लुम्बिनी लायन्स। यस ओभरमा 10 रन गुल्सनले खर्चिएका छन्। 2 ओभरको बलिङ अट्याकमा आफ्नो बलिङ गर्दा आएका गुल्सन एउटा विकेट निकालेर 16 रन खर्चिएका छन्। ओके, थ्याङ्क्स चेतनजी फर इन्फर्मेसन भन्नुभएको छ। उहाँलाई पनि हार्दिक स्वागत गरे। यस्तै हालत हो भने 122 या 125 हुन्छ भन्नुभएको छ। र 130 देखि माथि जाँदैन सर भन्नुभएको छ। जान सक्छ है त, किनभने गुलबदिन नाइब अस्तिको खेलमा तपाईँले हेर्नु भएको थियो कोखालको ब्याटिङ गरेका थिए। कप्तानले पनि क्रिजमा टेकिसकेपछि ब्याटिङ राम्रो नै देखाउने गर्दछन्। 10 ओभरको खेलको सुरुवात बलिङ अट्याकमा मार्फवाद स्ट्राइकमा छन् दायाँ हाते ब्याट्सम्यान गुलबदिन नाइब। यस ओभरको पहिलो बल स्टम्प बाई स्टम्प राखिएको थियो, डिफेन्स गरिदिएका छन्। डट बल राखिएको छ। पहिलो बलको सुरुवात गरियो, जहाँ 56 रन, 3 विकेटको क्षतिमा अहिले लुम्बिनी ओभरको दोस्रो बल 1 रन प्रहार गरिएको छ र 1 रनसँगै स्ट्राइक रोटेट गरियो। सबैजना साथीहरूले एक लाइक गरेर साथ दिउँ है। साउन्ड आएन भन्नुभएको छ। साउन्ड आएको छ होला है त? साउन्ड आएको छैन र एकपटक कन्फर्म गरिदिनुहोस् त सबैजना साथीहरूले कमेन्ट गरेर। साउन्ड आएको छैन भन्नुभएको छ। तेस्रो बल राम्रो बल रहेको थियो, कट लगाइदिएका छन्। ग्यापमा बल थियो तर फिल्डरको हातमा बल गयो। ग्यापमा लगाउने प्रयास त गरेका थिए तर ग्यापमा जान